Peace and happiness for everyone. Ashreinu, how good and beautiful is our heritage. Parashat Shoftim, Tafshin Pei Bet. Do we have in Parashat Shoftim mitzvot התלויות בארץ, mitzvot that only apply in the land of Israel? It's clear that there are some mitzvot in the Torah that only apply in Eretz-Yisrael, such as Shemitah, just to mention one example. But most of the mitzvot, even though there are sources that say that all the mitzvot are unique in Eretz-Yisrael, nonetheless, most of the mitzvot are similar. Their significance seems similar in Eretz-Yisrael and in Galut, if not identical. But there is another kind of mitzvot, and these are the mitzvot that make up the vast majority, and they are the topic of Parashat Shoftim. And these are mitzvot that have to do with the gathering of Am Yisrael together, which only happens in Eretz-Yisrael. Having a judicial system and a system of enforcement of our own. Having an independent Jewish state. Having the circles of holiness of Kedusha, Beit HaMikdash, Kohanim, Leviim. Having a Jewish army. All of these things, and also a leadership, a legal or state leadership, and a leadership, a spiritual and moral leadership that guides the way and takes responsibility for Am Yisrael. These are things that only exist, can only exist, when we gather together, which, as I said, can only happen in Eretz-Yisrael. So even though there are practical mitzvot that apply in Eretz-Yisrael and in Galut, when we come back to Eretz-Yisrael, everything gets bigger, gets a broader sense. It's all part of the Jewish state, part of bringing the Torah back to its full life, to its completeness in Eretz-Yisrael. So even a specific detail, a mitzvah, a halacha, that is fulfilled also in Galut and also in Eretz-Yisrael, it becomes part of something which has a broader and deeper meaning. Actually, if you think of it, all of us together as a nation, Am Yisrael, we have not experienced this breadth of the Torah for so many generations. And now in our days, we have the opportunity and the responsibility to try and revive this aspect of the Torah, to bring back the full meaning or the broader meaning of the Torah being lived in a state, in a nation, and the responsibility to bring the Torah into all of the systems, into the broader space and circles of the life of a nation living according to the Torah. Sometimes we are frustrated that in this greater existence of a Jewish state, the Torah is not strong enough, is not carried out properly. And then we should remember the merit, the zchut, and the opportunity that we have to bring back these broader aspects, to bring out the full light and the strength of the Torah in this way. Sometimes we are very excited and grateful about the opportunity of the Jewish state that we have today, and then we must remember that it is our responsibility to try and be partners, shutafim, in bringing the full light of the Torah into this existence of Medinat Yisrael in Eretz Yisrael. It's not all up to us. As the Mishnah in Masechet Avot says, Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor. It's not every individual's responsibility to bring the full completeness into being. But we also have the opportunity and the responsibility. We are not exempt from trying to do our share, to being grateful for this opportunity of bringing the full breadth and light of the Torah in the state of Israel, and to the responsibility to be partners in making this happen. It's a long way to go, but we are living in great and special times. Shabbat Shalom.